welcome to everybody. It looks like it's pretty hot over there in the Netherlands, Rob. I know you've been working flat out. You also were as sick as a dog when you left. Are you better now?
Ja, ja, much better now.
Well, it's all quite amazing, really. Just I've got to run with the flow when it happens. So I'm very pleased to tell you that we have a program organized now, give or take a few details, for the month of August. And the big topic of the moment is the proposed metabolic reset that Bobby Hammond would like is offering us to do for a 3 month, which basically is a 90-day period. There was much excitement and thought of starting it now at the beginning of August, but we have decided it is going to start around about the 1st of September. So it'll be September, October, November, and then we're all set up for a slim Christmas. However, we need 10 people minimum. Now, open to a few corrections. Bobby at the moment is putting a flyer together, which I think will help us to get more people in. At the moment, Rob has got no choice, so it's Rob and myself, Björn and his partner, Heinrich. Then there's Susan, who's itching to go immediately. She can't wait to start. I had a wonderful, wonderful session with Susan down last week in Stellenbosch. Lovely to see you, Susan. I know you'll listen to this later. And so that gives us 5. So we need to work on that and find another 5 minimum in the next 4 weeks. Now, please explain to people and to yourselves, there is absolutely no absolute requirement. It's not a mandate that you have to use the products. They will be recommended because everybody's got their own budget and will have the amount that they can spend. There will be a few basic minimums that we would hope that people would invest. And of course, this for all of us as high, I mean, from a business point of view, it's also a really, really good way to introduce people to the products. Now, metabolic reset will be the topic, but I just wanted to add in a couple of other things here from my copious notes. Just let me quickly get the thing back in place here. So we have a vision for what we want to do, which will be the 90 days. The idea is to get the science on the science side made simple, and there's the mindset shift. That's the biggest part of it. Moving from quick fix weight loss to sustainable metabolic vitality. You will notice that we are not going to be saying or giving any specific training on the new bloke on the block at the moment. The GLPs are making huge noise out there. The Ozempics and all that sort of thing. We are offering an alternative. We're not offering quick fixes. We're not passing any views or comments about if anybody wants to choose one of those other options, that everybody's free to do what they want to do. But for myself personally, I don't want to use a drug, and I would like to do it naturally, and I would like it to work. And I think that this is going to be a big, big opportunity for us all to take it, to make it work and to change what's wrong in our lifestyles. Anyway, that's talking for myself. So I hope that's clear. Are there any questions on that at the moment? All right, while I'm on the introduction and just basic housekeeping, I just want to put in here. So we're working then on the 1st of September, or around about then to start. Please note there'll be no meeting next week because it is a long weekend. The Monday is a holiday, so please have a break and enjoy the Women's Day activities. And if you can, talk to a friend about some of the near-life options for women, do that. Then we've got 4 more weeks where we will be doing preparation for the reset. Please remember that our price adjustment day is on the 22nd of August, a Saturday. And yesterday was the cutoff for um, buying tickets for the summit. Obviously, people can buy up until the last minute. Any people who join as new people anytime in the last year, they can still get in at 300 Rand. Right, so let's get started. Can I please share, Rob? I've put together a very quick PowerPoint for you on metabolism because this 90 days, 3 months is called a metabolic reset. I'm going to turn off my terrible face. So, let me get my PowerPoint up. And please, if there are any comments or questions, please, please, please ask and intervene as we go along. Intervene, probably not quite the right word, but anyway, let's go here. I'm getting a little bit better at this. I'm going to move that away and let's go. I hope the black list of names isn't showing up on your screens, is it? All right. So, we hear this word metabolism a lot. And I personally have never really spent much time just thinking about the word metabolism, which has been quite this whole project that we've got ahead of us has really made me think about it. And so just to think about actually getting right down to the cellular level of it. What is it about? So the foundation, let me get this one away here. Sorry, I wanted to get this one on the side away. So we go here. All right, so the foundation of metabolism is fueling your cells for optimal energy and health. And I don't think most of us bother to think of ourselves as being part of a cellular organism. So a basic, terribly scientific, really difficult for me definition is metabolism is the body's internal chemical process that converts food into energy, builds and repairs tissues, and eliminates wastes. It consists of two main parts, a big long word, which means breaking down molecules for energy, and another long word, which means building up cells and structures. And that's it. So simply put, we're converting our food, which we should see as fuel, into energy to run cellular processes. Second, building and repairing tissues, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. And three, it dictates our energy levels, our immune function, and our overall vitality. And I mean, we can really just look at those 3 points and think about them for a long time. I mean, I often get into bed at night and I think, oh, I ate that what I shouldn't have eaten. And I haven't used up all the energy yet. So a big part of our reset, I presume, from what I've spoken to Bobby about, is finding ways to use the energy, which will require focusing in on our exercise and what we are doing in it on a daily basis. And so, just to remind us, the big thing that you have to remember here is it all starts with the cell, and there are trillions and trillions and trillions. That's all I want to know or remember. It's quite daunting, actually. But I mean, it's quite worthwhile, actually, every now and then to have a look. I chose a human cell specifically to look at what's going on in these little trillions and trillions and trillions. And the word mitochondria and ATP, and these are all very, very in words at the moment. So maybe we can also start trying to work out for ourselves what all these words actually mean. So your health depends on the health of your cells. Did I repeat it? Your health depends on the health of your cells. So if you've got an unhealthy cell, you are unhealthy. So the golden rule, nutrients must get in and waste must get out. And when membranes are stiff or unhealthy, metabolism slows down. I'll repeat it. When membranes are stiff or unhealthy, metabolism slows down. Talking to Monica here. So, the golden rule, nutrients must get in, waste must get out. When membranes are stiff or unhealthy, as we heard, your metabolism slows down. So the metabolism doesn't happen in your stomach. To repeat again, it happens in your cells. Every cell has a membrane. For your metabolism to work, the membrane needs to be soft and permeable so nutrients can enter and cellular exhaust or waste can leave. If cells get hard and sluggish, you feel sluggish. Very daunting. Please stop or intervene if you want to. So our modern diet dilemma, and I know that most of us don't eat this sort of stuff on a daily basis, but if you have a look around, you'll see that most of the world is. So modern diets are high in processed foods and sugar. And that is our challenge. And I think for me, to be refocused back into using whole food again will be the part of the main reason for why I want to do this metabolic reset. And so, do you hear that the words are all leading us back into our wonderful Neolife products? So, the energy starts with your cells. So, this is our stereotypical, ordinary, in all our documents, Neolife. We see it all the time. And actually, if I can just put an insert here, it explains to a large extent why treonine is the biggest or one of the biggest sellers in Africa. I mean, I get the odd phone call, not every day, occasionally from somebody, a total stranger. They're looking for the stuff because outside of us in our little group here, there have been many distributors who come and go, and people lose a distributor, but they still want their products. And this treonine it just keeps on leaving the shelves. And the reason why, if you have a look at the Neolife picture, the top circle with the green arrows, the nutrients have to get into the cell, and then we forget so often that the waste has to get out. So a part of the reset will be working on getting the gut working properly and getting the waste out of our bodies. And I suspect that Bobby is going to be talking a lot about exercise on that topic. Any questions, please throw them at me. So the whole point of this little presentation is then to lead us into our, our Pro Vitality. Sorry, it's an old picture because it's not Pro Vitality Plus anymore, but it's still a plus in our lives. But I mean, if a person who's on the program cannot afford the Pro Vitality, there's always the option to start with the treonine and or the Formula 4, which has the treonine and the multivitamin and minerals in it. So we know our Pro Vitality very, very well. And it's bridging the dietary gap and whole food nutrition in one convenient daily pack. The fabulous for your everyday superheroes. And of course, it contains the 4 essential supplements to feed, protect, and balance your cells. So we know it's got the treonine over here on the right-hand side of the picture. There's in here, the yellow one is our amazing omega. Another accolade yesterday from my biokineticist who said she would try the omega, and she is extremely happy with it. It's so difficult for when we're using these products to actually know if they're working, because it's such a personal experience that we are each having. But she's been using the ones that you get in the Dischems and whatever. And so she can see that there's a difference. But as I said to you, it's so personal that it's very hard to always be sure what's actually happening. And then you've got, as I was saying to you earlier, before we started the record, your carotenoid, which I opened as an extra add-on when I got flu this last month. and then, of course, our training. And I'm not going to go into great big details on all the things to do with these 4 products, but remember, the near life difference is that everything is coming from human food. And that was as far as I got with my little PowerPoint for you today. So, are there any questions or anything else you to lead us in to the metabolic reset? So I think the basics that's coming to me, just to summarize it, is that we're working at the cellular level. And the thing that the TRIANIN, and then along with the Pro Vitality does, is that it starts getting those membranes working again. And the consciousness that we need to develop, and that will be also part of the reset. I know that Bobby will be working on mindset, consciousness, how we think about food. How many of us, for example, will just comfort eat? I think that is a very common problem in our world. Probably not with many of you, but I know of people who will sit down and just eat a whole 2 liters of ice cream without thinking. And I am not that person. But that's the kind of thing that people are using food as their comfort. So it's a whole reset on how we think and use food that we will be working on for the 90 days. All right. Any questions, please? Any comments? I hope you don't mind that I didn't go into too much detail. But some little notes I can go back over. While training feeds the cells, the rest of the pack supports them. Omegas reduce cellular inflammation, very important. Carotenoids protect the cells like a rust proofing for your body. So it's antioxidant. Remember that rust is when oxygen and air meet, all that stuff from science. And so it's your carotenoids that are getting the rust out of your body. And the vitamins and minerals provide the spark plugs needed for metabolic reactions. And that's quite an important point to make, that like a car in terms of our image that's being used. When you fix your metabolism at the cellular level, you don't get a temporary caffeine buzz. You get true sustained energy, better immunity, and the foundation for lifelong health. So part of the reset will also involve what I call detox. And Bobby will talk more about that with us once we get going. Then, so, I'm just looking here at my notes. So the star plan for metabolism is the Pro Vitality with the training. It puts the lipids and sterols back into our bodies. And then there's a nice little thank you for your time. Remember, true health and vibrant metabolism are built cell by cell. So over the next 3 sessions, excluding next week, there will be more information out. So we've started with the reminder on the Pro Vitality and training with a little bit on omega, and vitamins and minerals and carotenoids. The proposal for the next one will be looking at the glycemic index, which is the blood sugar roller coaster that we are all on, and trying to get that under control, which will then involve protein and amino acids. We might bring amitone in there, but it might come in as a separate one altogether, because I think we need to all learn more about amitone and how to use it. I do have a customer who uses it every month. Every month, she buys a refill as soon as she runs out, and she's in her 70s, and she's using it for her muscles to prevent muscle. What's the word I'm looking for, Rob? When your muscles start weakening, and we've got to really, really all work on keeping our muscles strong. And then we will do,
Degeneration.
oh, thank you. That's it, Marion. I'm glad you're listening. Good class. And then there's going to be something on fiber and the detox, as I mentioned. And then we kick off into it. So it's not necessarily for everybody, um, but it would be very nice if any others of you who are here would like to join us. And it's also uh, as a way we can give back a little bit to Bobby for all the work that he's been doing to help us and will do over the next short while Rob and I are going away. All right. Any questions? Any feedback? And then the last thing I forgot, please, we must keep sending in our every single one of us here needs to send in another what do you call it, testimony. The more testimonies they get, you'll go into a lucky draw and you might be the winner of the 1,000 rand. So Monica, you've got one. Just a little WhatsApp, please, to me. Um, Hermine, you've already sent one. I'm sure if you can think of another one. Murray, maybe you could send one as well. Maybe your testimony on gout was really amazing. And Meryl, you've got quite a few there you can send. So let's just put them all together and then I will forward them through to Durban. Any questions, anyone? Anything to ask or share with us today? Well, if that's it, I'm going to say thank you. And I don't know how much time we've got, Rob.
About another 10 minutes.
So we're going to end it early. Is that all right? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. And then if you are keen to come in and join, please give me a message on WhatsApp. And your 400 Rand a month is what will be required. And we'll get the bank details out for that as soon as Bobby is ready. All right. I see, Hermine, you've sent me a message. Oh, thank you, Hermine. I appreciate. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Yes, thanks, Hermine. Thank you. I really did put this together very quickly. So, Rob, we can turn off the recording. Have a brilliant week, everybody.